Hey, what's up guys? So we're using Stirling Coniferous today. This is a very nice woodsy scent. There's a couple different things going on here. There's like Scots Pine, which I have Scots Pine sheep. I get a tingle of that. There is, I think it's fir needle or something like that. There's fir, and then there's pine needle or something. And then there's cedar wood as well with, there's one more ingredient that I'm missing, but it's a good scent. It's a good, kind of, I would say it's not super strong. I think Scots Pine is actually stronger than this, but Omega 10066 Boar knot. If you look in the past video when I showed this sample, it was, I don't know, maybe double the size. So I've taken it, kind of smushed it around in the bowl here, and we will begin lathering. On my face, I'm just wetting my face right now. Again, but I do have a pre-shave on. It is Personna Greens pre-shave. This stuff here. I've actually had that Personna Green pre-shave for, I don't know, probably 2.5, 3 years at this point. So they definitely last. Now I'll show you something here real quick. I just added quite a bit of water to this, and you'll see a lot of big bubbles, right? Stirling is one of those soaps that even if you add a ton of water early, you could still dial the soap in. It does not kill the lather completely. Some soaps, unfortunately, if you add too much water too quickly, you can easily kill the lather and it won't come back. You'll have to start your lather over or add more, add additional soap to your loading brush or to your bowl if you're bowl lathering. So Stirling again is not one of those. You can Stirling is not only great value, 5.8 ounces of soap for $13 and some change, whatever it is. They have some of the cheapest shipping as well. I'm pretty sure the shipping is under $5 for Stirling. All of their products, and if you order multiple, obviously, it's the same $5 or whatever it is. But look at the lather now. So the bubbles are definitely kind of going away. And what I do is, once it starts to kind of crawl up the sides, I just kind of pat it back down into the center of the bowl, like that, and then I just keep lathering again. So yeah, Stirling is I would say it's gonna sound bad, but it's like a noob soap, to where if you're new to the wet shaving hobby, this is a good soap to start out with. It's a great soap even if you're an expert, like an expert wet shaver or whatever. But you know what I mean. Like even if you've been doing this for a while, Stirling's still a great product. But it's very new user friendly, because it's there's not a fine hydration line that you've got to kind of hit for it to actually function properly. Like this stuff is just great. So, and I probably should use a lot less of that sample than I did here, because this is just making copious amounts of lather. But we should be okay. We will be using the GEM razor today, with a Personna blue GEM blade. So it's this pack here of the blades, you can see there, and then this is the actual GEM itself. The blade is loaded first use. So you can see the lather here. No big bubbles at all, no small bubbles really either, and there's a couple. And I could keep working this to get it thicker and more voluminous, but when you're starting to get peaks like that, it's like, you don't really need, in my opinion, you don't really need to keep going. This is going to be extremely slick. Very nice scent. I would say kind of maybe even a little like a clean, fresh scent as well. I don't know if that's like the pine needle maybe. Yeah, I'm liking this a lot. For me, woodsy scents are hit and miss. I honestly really like, woodsy style scents, but it's hit or miss, and it's one of those scents for me, one of the scent profiles that, in all honesty, I'm gonna paint a little bit of water in this. It takes one of those moods to want to use a woodsy type scent. So all right. For the following shave, let's see. Do I have anything else in here? Kind of. Not really, though. Well, yeah, let's do... I don't think I've used this yet. Let's do Rocky Mountain. Where's my other one? I have something else. Here we go. I'm just knocking everything over. Taylor's Cedarwood, Taylor of Old Bond Streets, Cedarwood. And Rocky Mountain Barber Company Cedar Spice. This is a very, very hard. I like that scent as well. That's like a heavy cedar scent. That's a very hard soap. I actually had to get a knife and scoop some out. I used that a couple days ago, just to test it out. All right, let's begin this puppy. With this razor, with this specific gem, I find I get the best results when I ride the top cap, like essentially, not quite, but almost putting the top cap completely, parallel with my face. I get good results. Any less than that, any like more out like this, it doesn't cut too well. And if you don't put it in enough, you could definitely get some nicks. I mean, your mileage may vary, but for me, this is how I need to use it. Hope everyone has had a good week. My Friday was pretty good. No big issues popped up, just kind of typical same old every day, which is always good, no surprises. So I think I just clipped myself right there when I was coming in on the top flip from my right to the left. I think when I did this, I hit the little, whatever that's called, my actual lip itself, the top of my lip. So we're working with about 30 hours of growth, somewhere in that area, slightly over. Slightly over the 24-hour mark. Yeah. I would rank this soap as far as scent. I would say between a 3 and 4. Unlathered, lathered, 4.5. It's really mild. At least the sample is. Just because the sample is does not mean that the actual soap will be, but I'm pretty sure Stirling's samples are pretty true and accurate to their actual tubs. So I'm going to say that it's about a 4.5 lathered. So one issue that I'm having with this razor right now, and I know I have this same issue with my my RazorRock Eco. The orange razor that I have, that's also single edge, but it has it uses single edge. It uses DE blades broken in half as their single edge. Look at the channels under there. That's for the lather to wash out. That's gunked up with hair and lather. Yeah, I'm rinsing it out under the sink and it's still there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the top cap. Yep, look. Hair and lather. So maybe that's due to the pre-shave, possibly. We'll find out on the second pass. You know, I think that Proraso could be thick enough. I did put a good bit on. And again, you don't need Proraso. You don't need any pre-shave with Stirling. Well, with most soaps nowadays, you don't need a pre-shave. But I just use it because I have it, honestly. And I kind of use it as like a beard prepper because I did not just get out of the shower. Look at this lather. I didn't just get out of the shower before I started shaving. I showered quite a while ago. So I'm just kind of using it as a, the Proraso, as a, like a beard prep. So I basically put warm water on the face and then I get a glob of the Proraso pre-shave and just kind of put it on the face and let that kind of work on my beard. All right, we'll get some of this lather on and we'll finish up second pass. And I want to see if the razor's clogging up without any pre-shave on. I'm sure there's a little bit of residual, you know, pre-shave here, but definitely nowhere near the initial pass. So. Yeah, Stirling's lathers are just, I mean, look. And I guarantee you I could add copious more amounts of water. I'm not going to. Just for the sake of video time, you know. And it doesn't need it, but that's where, you know, that's what I'm saying about the new guy or new gal that's getting into the hobby. Stirling's a good option to start with because it has that wide band of you know, hydration that it can absorb without completely killing the soap. So, and not only that, but the pricing, the amount you're getting and the pricing. Like, RazorRock is another one as far as pricing and the amount that you get. I'm not sure that RazorRock's the performance is good, but I'm not sure that it has that wide band of potential hydration. Oh yeah, this is like plowing through that growth. Yeah, but you see how close the top cap is? Like that's how I'm right there. Top cap is pretty much on my face right now, which is unheard of for a DE because if you did that with a regular DE, it wouldn't cut, right? But with this gem, it works perfectly fine. We are getting kind of heavy on the lather here. We're wrapping around. Yep. So it must have been, you can actually see blade there. It must have just been the pre-shave that was killing the flow through channels. Yeah, a lot of you were responding to the comments in the last video about the bad drivers and that type of thing. Pretty funny. You know, but you also get different insight from people. And yeah. Again, you know, insight is just a different way to look at things for me, but it doesn't necessarily make it right or wrong in some cases, you know. But I don't necessarily know that I agree that if they just stop and talk, that's being courteous. Like, okay, maybe. I don't think so, but you know, hey, I don't live in the city, nor do I like do that. You know, I don't go through that hustle and bustle daily, so I might be missing out on something. As far as understanding, that's what I mean by missing out on something. I may not understand. Crazy lather on this. Ooh. There's not going to be any smoothing this out. I just have way too much lather. It's not a bad thing. Brush is full. We have probably 2 passes worth right there. It is what it is. But yeah, I am noticing a huge difference with the gem, like using it as riding the top cap as opposed to not doing that. Because for when I first received it, I most definitely did not ride the top cap. And I had some pretty nasty shaves with it. You know, I had some pretty bloody shaves with this razor initially. I don't think maybe 1 or 2 of those made it on actual YouTube, my YouTube channel, but I think for the majority, like when things are very, very bad, I typically won't upload those. Even though I know like most of you would probably really, really enjoy that, but you know, like I have 2 little things right here right now. You know, that's not anything bad, but like when my entire face has like little red dots everywhere, that's a bit much for me to want to upload, you know. And again, there's going to be some of you that just watch my channel for, I mean, you know, not my channel specifically, but watch channels for the, I won't necessarily say gore because it's not like, you know, but you know what I'm saying, like, you know, for the blood. So, kind of like the old movie Bloodsport. Man, I love that movie. Such a good movie. Bloodsport. Speaking of blood. There too. Apparently, 2 sides of my mouths did not like the against the growth pass. Understandable. I'm not mad at them for not enjoying that pass. All right, let's see what we're going to do with the 1.5 gallons of lather that we have. Well, half of it's going down the sink. That just fell, so that is what it is. We'll do a touch up or two. A little neck and chin brace here. Whew. I was thinking about like opening up a God, I got so much lather. Opening up a Patreon strictly for like a wet shaving fund. You know, you guys could donate $1 a month or something, and after, you know, a couple of months, I'd have enough to buy a new soap, and I would let you guys choose the soap. Like I would do like a survey or a poll, kind of asking, all right, so these are the 3 soaps that I want to buy. Which one of the 3? Like we have funds to buy one. Which one of the 3 do you guys want me to purchase? And have a poll. So I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments or email me if you think that's a good idea or not. All the funds, 100% of the funds will be used for wet shaving products only. Like this isn't, you know, and if you guys want, I'll take like monthly screenshots or whatever of the that is a ton of lather that I'm washing down here. Monthly screenshots of the Patreon of like what came in and what I'm spending, just so you guys know that, you know, 100% of the money is going towards soaps or other items for the wet shaving hobby. And like I said, you guys would get to vote on every single bit of it. So I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I only really know of one other YouTuber that wet shaves, at least. That and don't get me wrong, I don't watch every single one. So I only watch probably 10, you know, YouTube wet shavers. So, but one of the 10 or so that I watch does this. The rest of them do not. So, you know, if it's a good idea to you guys, we'll open that up, and if not, then no problem. But I feel like constantly showing you guys the same soaps and items, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be pretty cool to have, you know, a new soap every month to show you guys and give my thoughts. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, I have a little bit of blood here, a little bit of blood here, but other than that, my face feels great. We're going to try to go to the park tomorrow. Let the dogs kind of roam around. There's not an actual dog park at this specific park I like to go to. It's like not crowded or anything. Typically, like even before COVID and whatever, it was rare to find people, you know, a lot of people there. You'd have a couple people here and there, but the park is big enough to where just a couple of people, you're not even going to see them. So yeah, so I'm hoping tomorrow won't be too bad. We're supposed to have some pretty good weather, and I know that when we have good weather, people like to go to that specific park because they provide, the park itself has like little canopies, and they give out, not give out, but they have barbecue pits there for you, free to the public to use. And saying that now, we don't really have a homeless a huge homeless issue or homeless population like you do in some other states and cities. But I wonder, like, because it's a nice sheltered area with a barbecue pit, so I wonder if at night, at least, you know, there are any homeless people that go there. I've never really been there at night. They close at, probably not. It's a private park, so I think they have like maintenance people. I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows? That's just something random that popped in my head. Thomas's random thoughts. Okay, so we're not going to be able to use up all this lather, unfortunately. So we're just going to have a little bit of excess that we're going to have to wash down the sink. Not a whole lot, mind you. You know, a little bit of there, probably another pass and a half here. And I washed a glob about that big down the sink, so. But yeah, I mentioned the whole reason the Patreon thing came up. I actually mentioned it several months ago, or maybe even late last year. And I don't even think I had anyone mention it again. So I was like, well, all right, you know, obviously no one wants it. And then I was talking to my wife, and she's like, so what do you do? Like, what do you upload whenever you, like, obviously you're shaving, but I was like, well, I mean, I go over the soaps and, you know, the items that I'm using and that type of thing. And she was like, well, you haven't bought any soap in a while. She said, you know, everybody still watches you even though you're using the same old stuff. And I'm like, the couple of guys that watch me typically aren't watching me just for new items. I'm sure there are some people that you know do. But yeah, most of you guys don't watch just specifically for the new items. But I was like, yeah, you know, I'll mention the donation thing again and see if anybody wants to throw $1 or $2 a month. And after, like I said, a couple of months, we'll have enough for a soap or two and put it up to vote. And that'll keep the channel kind of fresh, kind of. You know, I mean, as fresh as a 2-month-old carrot for me, but oh yeah, feels good. It does feel good. You know what? I have a little something right there. I may as well be picky. I have the extra lather. I have a little something right there. Let's see. All right, you hear it? Mm-hmm. Got him. Mm-hmm. Got him too. Who else wants some? Nobody? All right, we're good. Cold water rinse. I don't have an aftershave, so we'll go with a spritzer. We're gonna go with one of the spritzers that LP sent. I think we did pretty good. Again, we got a couple little crybabies, but other than that, we're pretty good. All right, what do we want to pick, LP? Let's go with. Did I use this recently? I don't think so. Maybe I did. Old Spice, original aftershave. Let's go with that. Oh yeah, that's some good smelling stuff. Alrighty. Little bit of tingle. I wish the new stuff smelled like this. This is a phenomenal scent. Oh yeah. Goodness gracious, that's a great scent. Whew, that does smell nice. All right, so you guys know that there was the whole aftershave, then balm, or balm, then aftershave. I think most of you actually said you put on your balm and then you put the aftershave on after. I don't know. I mean, the aftershave has alcohol in it, which, yeah, I understand that that's probably not the best thing to put on your skin after you shave, or in general. But, like for me, I kind of use it as like an astringent or kind of like a, I don't know, like a cleaner type thing. after I finish shaving. So we'll put that on, and now we're going to follow that up with GOF Trumper's, what is this? GOF Trumper West Indian Extract of Limes Skin Food. This stuff, man. You can tell I haven't used it a whole lot. Shake it up. But it's definitely great. The scent is nice on this. It's just very, very, very light. And so I'll definitely be able to smell the Old Spice under this. Ooh, yes indeed. It actually kind of like... No. I was going to say it kind of enhances the Old Spice, but it doesn't. It's just I'm getting the Old Spice scent with like a little bit of lime, which is very pleasant, actually. Beautiful. Man, what a good shave. That really was a good shave. Whew. And absolutely, well, it was very minimal tingling as soon as I put on the aftershave, but after that, perfectly fine. And you can see I'm not blushing or anything like I was in the previous video. Let's go ahead and rub the excess on the bows. One bow's there. Two bows there. Put the excess here. Get our little crybabies out of here. Everybody stop crying on my watch. I don't have time for this. Alright. Thanks for watching. See you next shave, guys.